Well, aerodynamics is important because it's an input for fuel economy. It's one of the key drivers for fuel economy. Anybody who's been to the gas pump lately knows why fuel economy is important.
The automobile it's a tough nut to crack to still keep a beautiful, expressionistic vehicle and at the same time fit all the requirements of the consumer.
I'm Justin D'Souza, and I work in aero development on the Chevy Traverse.
My name is Dan Schmeckpepper. I'm the lead exterior designer on the Chevy Traverse. We start with scales that work towards hitting the key problems with aerodynamics around a theme. One of the first things we do in our process at GM is from the sketches we go right to scale development, and from those scales we can very quickly interact with aero and test those scales, third scale vehicles in here to see where the hang-ups of those particular designs are. What things that the wind tunnel likes and doesn't like about every specific theme.
For aerodynamics, I'd say the one area that I'm most happy with that we were able to maintain is the shape of this fascia and air dam. It's the most critical part, I think, in maintaining attached flow down the body side and really the key to getting good aerodynamics. And this single part accounts for about a half mile per gallon improvement in fuel economy.
The A-pillar and the mirror are very critical areas. How air comes around this corner, how it interacts with the mirror, how that air then affects down the body side of the car. And we always have a lot of development time around sectioning through here. We do a lot of smoke tests. We do telltales, kind of like sailors use to check how wind is flying, to see where that air is going. And what we did was to get a smaller footprint of the air coming through. We turned the track that normally loads roof racks on the side. We put the track on its head and pointed it up, which let us lower the roof racks, helping us in aero.
Engineering wanted to have something that was innovative, and the studio, I believe, wanted something that was sleek and low profile, and this seemed to fit the bill. And it also helps us for aerodynamic drag. It lowers the frontal area of the vehicle, so the hole that the vehicle's punching in the air, and it's also better than a higher profile standoff type of luggage rack. And then we also did a lot of work optimizing the spoiler here to make sure that the airflow coming across the top of the vehicle is also optimized, that this spoiler isn't too long or too short, and that the attitude of the spoiler is correct to really minimize the drag on the back end of the vehicle.
A lot of times the changes you make back here in these areas often drastically change the design. And there is always a little give and take in those areas and a lot of testing around where Justin would like to go and where we're willing to go. And also in the design, during the design process, where we'd like to go and Justin's knowledge about what's realistic.
I think the single most important thing is for us to work together in the tunnel. So it's not just me developing the vehicle kind of in a vacuum, and it's not Dan doing his work in the studio. It's us in the tunnel every time, making sure that we're okay with the moves that we're making.